Good afternoon. Good afternoon to all. Had a long day. Haven't really been to sleep. It's been a process. Top of that, I'm getting a cold or flu or something. Y'all know when the weather starts to change, you're more prone to getting things. So yeah. Anyway, I was gonna report on this last night. Well, this morning, but I ended up dozing off for a few hours when I was trying to stay up because I had somewhere to go. Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all know who this woman is? Y'all know her? Well, that is Spice, official. You might remember Spice, that dance hall queen, Jamaican diva. Okay, she was on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta last season, Introduced to the show, she was Carly Red's friend, and now she's made a name for herself. But she's been had a name for herself in Jamaica. Now she's trying to cross over to the U.S. I'm mad I can charts and do her thing. We like Spice. We like Spice a lot. Well, this is Spice before. Yeah, she was chocolate, right? Chocolatey, luscious, good, thick, juicy. Yum, 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 yum sauce. Seems very confident. It's her and her babies. Nicolette and Nicola Toy. Beautiful. Yeah. I don't. Now, she's obviously changed her skin a little bit. Scary. I don't. I'm pussy popping and bullshitting around. What James Cole will say, backpedaling, pussy popping. Hey James, it's kind of what I'm doing right now, in a sense, or just I guess just bullshitting around, pussy popping around. I don't, because I don't really know what to say. She has an album out, a mixtape that's coming out called Black Hypocrisy, and the song that she's specifically talking about, the whole lightening her skin, she's talking about that in the song called Captured. I watched an Instagram live video. I wish I would have showed it to y'all, but it's on IG Live. It's only for 12 hours, 24 hours, whatever. So yeah, I watched that this morning. I was done. Now, what she said in the video, she said a lot of truth in the video. She was just like, black people sometimes make other black people feel bad about their complexion, which is true. She said she always heard dark skinned girl, black this, musty this, greasy this, all this kind of. This shit is so prevalent still to this day. My mother, who's a beautiful chocolate woman, dark skinned woman, she has low self esteem to this day because of the world and and how they treat black women in particular dark skinned black women. and black men, but we're talking about black women right now. They definitely, I feel like, in terms of a lot of things, they definitely have it harder than black men. But just sitting back and watching that, and I was just like, yeah, there's a lot of BS. We still, to this day, it's very weird to me, like when I really sit back and think about it. Because when you think about how times have changed, how they have advanced for the good and some for the worst, just because things have advanced doesn't mean that it's necessarily a good thing all the time. Similar to, how they update apps constantly. You know, all of a sudden you get a new update for your app, and then all of a sudden the shit don't work no more like it used to. Well, I thought this was an update. How's y'all creating updates with defaults in it, with defects? I thought this was an update, which means it's supposed to update it and make it better, not make it worse. What you doing? Leave some shit alone. Similar to how you can have these old TVs. My old TV back there. Never mind the clothes. I'll clean my room once a year. The rest of the house I clean constantly, but I clean my room once a year. Ain't nobody in here anyway. Ain't no man. Ain't nobody. Ain't nobody coming up in here but me. Ain't nobody coming up in here but me. I know where everything is. It's placed real nicely in a pile. But anyway, yeah. For instance, the TV. I've had that TV. I probably had that TV since I was like 13, 14 years old. And I'm 29 now. Okay? So y'all do the math, child. Math was never my thing. I was a language person. I was good. I used to win all the spelling bees back in second grade. As far as math, tied and through, always. So yeah, like a lot of older stuff is made back. A lot of better stuff is made back in the day. Hell, you buy TVs and a lot of these electronics these days. It's designed to only last a few years, 2, 3, 5 at the most. Then you got to go and buy another one. That's not just done just because if something is upgraded you would think that it would last as long as the older TVs, but no. Because they took their time back in the day. Things was made with good products, good hard products, and good thinking minds, and real stuff, real authentic stuff, not fake quick stuff just to put something together, make it pretty, put a big bow on it, and hand it out to people. But it's all fucked up on the inside. You feel me? A lot of people are like that. Stunning, gorgeous on the outside. There's nothing. Hollow as hell on the inside. I was trying to make a hollow noise. I think I just look crazy, but that's alright. This real life. We real people, Hell. But anyway, back to Spice. Yes, the black community got a lot of shit with them. A lot. But most of the issues wrong with the black community is what our oppressors put into us. So is it really our fault? Not really, but is it our fault for carrying the shit on, knowing what we know and knowing that it's all foolishness and knowing that we should all do better? Yes. So I do understand what Spice is coming from. Even me growing up, it was called all kind of black names and black this, black that, and I remember this one guy, this lighter skinned guy. He was actually black and his mama was Hawaiian. But anyway, I remember we was at the pool growing up in the hood, and he was like, guess what, y'all? He said this in front of everybody. Now, this was right before our little hood kids, we were standing outside the fence, waiting for them to open the pool. He said this in front of everybody. I was so embarrassed. He said, hey, y'all, the only person, guess who's the only person is, he was like, there's only one person here that's going to get super dark after jumping in and out of the pool and after being out here all day, and that's gonna be Chase. And I was just like, you little mother, tiny ball, one ball, moose face ass. And I used to do a lot of stuff back then. Every once in a while I used to fight because people used to try me. Little queen in the hood. Of course they're gonna try you. I wanted to stump that boy. And I could have got away with it too because I was a child. There's a lot of stuff I did back in the day that I wouldn't dare do now. That's why I hold my tongue a lot, because I still have that little slight tick in my head. Little tick. And it's just like if somebody pushes me to a level, it could get very violent. And, since I'm not getting paid to be violent, like on a reality show, for instance, I don't feel the need to be violent, because I would be doing the shit for free. Then I could really get in trouble. If I was doing it on TV, I might could beat the case. Because, security guards there anyway. We ain't really going to get to brush up against each other. It's not that big of a deal. But, in real life, they can clank the boys up. They can clank me up that quick. How I'ma do Mr. Chalaki video? How I'ma do Mr. Chalaki? And darlings and all the stuff in the penitentiary. I got to be a thug. I got to do my best. I done got all sidetracked. Y'all, this is what I do. Spice. I don't know who this white woman is. Spice seems so confident. She seems so loved the skin that she was in, and people feed off that kind of energy, but it is insane. Now, the flip side in this is that I do think it's just a cat suit that she got on. I'm really praying that this lady did not go out here and get the Lil' Kim treatment. I am praying that she did not do that. Because she done been on Wendy Williams and it. Sitting there looking like Karen King, KK. Y'all, I can't. And I won't believe. Here's one thing I do know in the islands that shit is real. The whole bleaching is super duper. Everybody, they're taught. It's like it's a generational thing. They're taught to make yourself more. If you're the lighter you are, the better. The straighter your hair is, the better. The thinner your nose is, the better. The lighter your eyes are, the better. All that is so real, especially in the islands. You can totally tell. I remember when I went to Dominican Republic last year. No, the beginning of this year. Beautiful place, beautiful. But I did notice a hierarchy. They had a lot of the darker skinned, browner skinned Dominicans cleaning up the rooms when they had a lot of the lighter skinned Dominicans up at the front desk. Handling the out of towners who's coming in. To stay at the resort. I noticed a lot of stuff like that. And it's just like, okay. Yeah. All of this stuff is super duper weird. Real. Now part of me is just feeling like I'm going back and forth with this. But I do that a lot. Because I just try to think about all areas of things. And plus I'm a Libra. It's a natural thing, darling. A part of me is feeling like she's just doing this to sell mixtape and sell records. And she said a lot of her fans used to talk about her, if only you were lighter you would get farther. And that's real in the music industry, just in life in general, but in the music industry, very true. I remember watching Mary, their show on TV One, and they were talking about it, and Warren Campbell, he has a sister who's a singer, and he was talking to different executives and trying to get her signed and stuff, and they was just like, look, if we can have your sister sound but in a white girl, we will sign her instantly. And I was just like, wow. That's why a little earlier I was talking about how it was back in the day with things, and in the 90s everybody was winning. All shades of black was winning. Biracial girls, black girl, brown skin girl, black, they're all black, but biracial girls, light skinned girls, dark skinned girls, brown skin, everybody was winning in the 90s. I don't know what shifted. And you would think that things would progress even more to where we wouldn't even be sitting here talking about this kind of stuff. They would take all them old nasty bleaching creams off the market. But no, it's still real life, and unfortunately, it's always going to be here. Slavery has permanently left a stain on Black America, completely. Permanently left a nasty, musty stain. You know that stain in the carpet where little neat done wasted that Kool-Aid and it just ain't gonna never get up. That Kool-Aid and gum mixture that she was mixing up, when her little badass supposed to be in there doing homework. She's sitting there mixing up something, trying to, just being rebellious and badass. Need to get popped in the mouth with a shoe. Sitting there mixing shit up and throwed it in the floor. Talking about, she making soup and she throwed it in the floor. And you know that stain that don't never get up out the carpet. That's what slavery is. It is... It's insane. It's insane. But I'm hopeful that Spice is just wearing a cat suit. She gots to be, because what do you tell your kids? How does mommy come home as Tamar? How does mommy come home as Jessica Simpson or somebody? How does mommy come home? Well, you used to look like us. What do you tell your chocolate skinned son and daughter? What do you tell them? But I'm trying not to think too deep about this because I feel like this is all just bullshit. I really do. Because the name on her album's called Black Hypocrisy. And the song she's specifically talking about, the lightening of the skin, is a song called Capture, like I said. Now, she did recently post this.
Them say I'm too black, and if you bleach out your skin, them same one come attack. Well, since you say that I'm too black for you, I please you, do I look how you want me to? Now I'm gonna see if you're gonna say I'm too black for you, or do I look pretty to you? Black people hypocrisy. Leave the girls, them stats apart, cause the same black people, them say I'm too black, and if you bleach out your skin, them same one come attack. Well, since you say that I'm too black for you, I please you, do I...
Now, a part of me feels like this, that she just lightened up her skin just to, it's very smart if she did this. First, to make a point, and this is how a lot of black people make other black people feel about their skin tone. Some people really have terrible self-esteem and really no self-worth. And they would actually go out there and bleach their skin because you out there telling them they're black. And they see you liking all these girls on Instagram and they're all biracial girls and, lighter skin and shit. That really messes up a kid's psyche. I have it with my own little cousins. They're all different colors. But one of my little cousins, she's a heavyset brown skin girl, and she always talk about, how she want to marry, when she get older, she want to marry a white man or a Mexican man, somebody lighter, and how she don't, like herself and stuff, and she's, always talks about, how one of my other little cousins, she's light skinned, and, she has long hair and stuff, and all this other kind of stuff, and I'm just like, No. Don't you know when we check that census, we all check Blake? You think the slave masters back in the day gave a damn if you was mixed? You was still less than them, sis. They ain't even claim your ass. What is you talking about? Ooh, that shit messed us up. And it's so sad and it's so stupid when you think about it. To think that a person, how they were born, to think that this person is better than this person just based on how they were born, or this person is worse than this person just based on how they were born. Can't none of us help this shit. None of us. Didn't nobody ask to be here. Nobody's. We might use different brands of toilet paper, but we all wipe the same. Some of us wipe from the front, some of us wipe from the bike, but as long as that thing clean. It's a mess. So anyway, this song is #1 trending on Twitter. And a part of me feels like she just did this to make sales, and and you have to have some kind of gimmick these days to sell records and to get people to pay attention to you. And if she did do that, good move on you, Spice. Very smart, good move on you. But I just pray that you didn't actually bleach your skin, because it looks like it hurts. It looks like it hurts. And then when people do bleach their skin, it never looks natural. You look crazy. You can't stay in the sun. You're more prone to skin cancer. What are we doing? What are we doing? People do better. Let's treat each other better. Let's just do better as a nation. This shit is old and tired and through. Love a person and get to know a person for who they are on the inside. There's so many angels there's so many people who are stunning on the inside but ain't got shit going on they're stunning on the outside but they got nothing going on the inside, and vice versa. Get to know an individual. Ain't nobody perfect out here. But don't discredit a person or shun them out, or don't even want to deal with them just based on an appearance. Now if they smell or some shit, that's a different subject. We're like, alright now, you have to get your little ass in there and bathe. But a scent ain't got nothing to do with a complexion. I don't know. We're gonna see. I don't know. I just wish she can scrub it off. I wish she just peel the shit off and just show us to be like, hey, look, y'all, I didn't really bleach my skin. I love myself, etc. I'm praying that happens. I'm still holding some hope for Spice, because otherwise, I don't know what I'm gonna do with her. I'm shaking right now. I don't know what I'm gonna do with Grace Hamilton. I don't know. Scary. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens with this. But it's looking like she didn't actually, just based on the video, it's looking like she didn't actually bleach her skin. But she's just making a point. Like, you tell them I'm too black, so now you want. I really wouldn't know what to call her. So yeah, we gonna pray and we gonna keep it moving. That's all I got to say. Y'all tell me y'all comments on this whole subject. Y'all make sure to click that bell. Just let me know, y'all, anything y'all got to say about anything I talked about, anything I did not talk about, anything I forgot to talk about, whatever. Put it in the comment section, darling. Let's talk, child. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. The shit people do to sell records. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki, tired and through. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. I just hope that's a lie. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. Are we getting punked? With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at ItsKingsWorld Instagram and Twitter. At ItsKingsWorld89 on Snapchat. Chase King on Facebook. Mr. Chalaki on PayPal. All the good stuff. Run me my money. I run me my way. Much appreciated, darling. And I'll see you guys later. Make sure you guys get pre-order Caution by Mariah Carey on iTunes. I can't believe sis is going on tour. Yes! I've actually never seen Mariah on tour before, so I would love to see her on tour. Alright, y'all. Bye, ciao. On to the next topic.